This week on Moms Like Us, DJ Khaled opens up about what's keeping him and his wife from baby number 3.
Whatever God give us, I'm ready.
Then Sarah Michelle Gellar gives summer travel tips all moms and dads can use.
Parents get so focused on I have to have all these devices and things to occupy their time. And it's like.
Plus Max Schmerkowski on how he can't wait to be a girl dad.
I cannot wait.
We've got all that plus so much more on today's Moms Like Us. Hi guys, it's Mandy from Moms Like Us, and I'm here with Stroller in the Cities, Brienne Mans. Hi Brienne, how are you?
Hey Mandy, how's it going?
Good. Just staying cool inside. It is too hot to go outside this week. I'm ready for fall. I think I'm ready for pumpkin spice latte season. Am I jumping the gun? All right, well, we got to get to the news this week. We're starting with this crazy kind of story about Nick Cannon. So he is now the father of 7 children, and 4 of them were born this year, which got to do the math there. It's like, what? So he opened up about the fact that he has had 4 children in 1 year on his show, Power 106 radio show that he has. So he said, I'm having these kids on purpose. I didn't have no accident. His co-host, City Girls rapper JT, joked that he should wrap it up and protect himself. But he asserted that he knew exactly what he was doing. And he said, there were a lot of people that I could have gotten pregnant that I didn't. You only live once. So I'll go through just some of the recent children so we know. He welcomed baby number 7 in the end of June with Alyssa Scott. He welcomed twins Zion, I'm not sure how to say that, and Zion with Abby De La Rosa, who admitted in January that she and Cannon have an unconventional relationship. He also welcomed daughter, I think her name is Powerful Queen, with Brittany Bell, and she's 6 months old. So 6, maybe December or somewhere around then. And then of course we know he's also a father to Mariah Carey's twins, who are now 10 years old. And he has a son, Golden, who is 4. So that's a lot to unpack. I don't know. What do you think about this? 4 kids in 1 year.
That's nuts. Oh my God. That is just crazy to me. I'm baffled. My mind is blown.
Mine is too. Mine is too. So it's 3 women, 4 children, 1 set of twins. I mean, I don't know what to say about this one. I think, I'm just.
I want to know what the women,
right?
The baby mamas feel like this. You know what I mean?
One of them opened up and was like, "He's my partner in life," but I'm like, but you're okay with the fact that he just had babies with 2 other women too? I personally, I don't think I'd be okay with this.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
No, it's crazy. And I also just don't know. I mean, knowing now how much attention a newborn needs. And I don't think all these women are living in the same house. So how are you splitting your time between 3 different houses with 3 different newborn or 4 newborns, sorry. And then your older kids too.
Right.
And he has multiple jobs. He's the host of The Masked Singer. He has his radio show. I'm sure there's a million other things he does.
Mm-hmm. And also, are they spread out? Are they all in the same area, wherever they are all living? You know what I mean?
No idea.
That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. He needs that show Sister Wives when they all live right next to each other.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God.
That's the only way. I always wonder how that guy Cody splits his time between his wives. And it's well, they live right next to each other. I think there's even doors going into their houses attached. That's the only way you can do it, I think. And even that I wouldn't be okay with.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't either. I don't know. We're going to leave that up to you guys. Maybe tell us in the comments what you think about this.
Yeah.
All right. So next we sat down with DJ Khaled this week, which was a fun one for us. And he's not what you would expect necessarily. He is the most loving, doting dad and husband. He just could not speak highly enough about his family. He went on and on, totally gushed about all of them, including his wife. So take a listen to this. Yeah, I know you've said in the past you do want a girl. Are you guys trying for that? Do you see that?
I'm whatever God give us, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Really, me and my queen, we talk about it once in a while. Just want to make sure she just had 2 boys, our 2 beautiful boys, and make sure that she's right, meaning as in going back to self-care and wellness, because the queen, our mothers, our wives, our queens, yourself, y'all were so beautiful and special, and y'all do so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to have a baby is
a lot.
it's a lot in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
yeah.
So, she's getting a few. She used to get 1 week a massage. Now she's doing 2, 3 a day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yep.
I'm gonna want to make sure she's good before, but we ready though. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely. How do you and Nicole kind of keep the romance alive when you have 2 little ones under 4 or under 5, I guess?
I mean this in a most humblest way. I'm so beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just, every time she looks at me, she falls in love. And when I look at her, I just fall in love. The exciting thing about our relationship is that it's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
If I can get her when she's smiling and stuff like that, it's like fireworks.
Aww. That's so
you know what I'm saying? And then, she keeps me grounded too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person to be like, let's do this, let's do that. And she'd be like, nah. And I'm like, let's do this, let's do that. And then sometimes when she's down to do, some this and that, it's like, oh man, we on the same wavelength. That means it's like fireworks.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you got to keep that alive. You have to.
It's beautiful. It's truly unbelievable.
It's awesome. I got chills when you were talking about her. Do you cook her dinner or have a special dish or something special that you do just for her?
I do a lot of special things for her. The other day we was at my house and she just got done taking my son to camp, and she was taking care of all the stuff around the house, and taking care of just a bunch of stuff. I was watching her just doing so much stuff from 7 in the morning, and it's only 10. Now we're at 10 o'clock, and I'm realizing all the stuff she did. So I just, got some flowers and like made an award of, mother award of the century. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, to surprise it. Little things like that, because, sometimes, you sit back and realize, man, they do a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got to wake up 6, 7 in the morning to take him to camp or school. And I did it for like 3 days. And then, she does it every day.
Right.
And I was like, my 2, 3 days was like, my third day, I don't never take naps. I was in the afternoon like, here's up. And I don't never do that. Yeah. And she's like, you see? And I'm like, nah. So, you see those things and you appreciate it on another level, because it's a nonstop job, when you have kids, and everybody plays their part in a certain way.
He basically said that he would love to have a girl. He has 2 boys, Asahd and Aalam, and him and his wife are waiting just because he wants her to be ready, because he does say it takes a toll on you when you have a baby. It's not super easy, as we know. He gets her 2 to 3 massages per day to help her with her self-care.
I love that. I mean, can someone get me that, please?
Jeffrey, hello.
How do you have time to get, that many massages in a day? Maybe one a day. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I don't know. I love that he's waiting for her to be ready. I mean, it does, as we know, as women, it takes a toll on our bodies. It's not, I was the type of person who was like, oh, I'm gonna have one right after. And I'm like, oh no, not yet.
You're adding like 3 into the mix, and I feel like, 2 for me, definitely for me, the jump from like 1 to 2 to 3 was the hardest for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can understand her wanting to like hold on for a minute and,
He also refers to her as his queen, which, I love. Her name is Nicole. Definitely going to tell Jeffrey to start doing that one as well.
Yes, absolutely. As we all should be referred to as that.
Yeah. Yes, please.
It's so sweet though, how he speaks about her. I just love that so much.
I know he's like, he's a huge celebrity himself, and he collaborates with people like Justin Bieber, Kanye. And here he is. He just wants to talk about his kids and his wife and love on them. And that's really sweet. And it seems like he spends a lot of time with them. They're on vacation right now. He said he wanted his son to feel like he really has a summer vacation because he did well in school. So I think they went to maybe Bahamas. And it's nice. Like even celebrities, need to get away from it all.
Yes, he's a family guy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I think that's awesome.
Me too.
So next up, we chatted with Sarah Michelle Gellar. So the actress and her husband just traveled with their 2 kids, and they are sharing their travel tips with us. Take a listen to this.
You recently went to Hawaii with your family. How was the trip, and was it difficult traveling with the kids post lockdown?
Oh, my kids are probably the best travelers. Freddie and I always joke that we could learn from them on traveling. They are probably because they've just grown up traveling. And I think they were also so genuinely excited to be able to be out and traveling again. They are the easiest flyers. I mean, Freddie and I both slept on the flight. I know, right?
Oh my God.
Yes.
What are your tips? What are your kids doing that
I even
everyone
heard
else
my
don't?
daughter at one point, I heard the flight attendant ask her if she wanted another glass of juice. I was like kind of awake, and she was like, no, my parents usually only say one glass of juice. I'll have water. Thank you.
Wow, you guys did something right. So what are your big parenting tips then?
In general, kids want to know what the rules are and what the parameters are. And if you don't make it a huge deal, then it doesn't become one. And I think these parents get so focused on like, I have to have all these devices and things to occupy their time. And it's like, no, we all have to sit on a plane. And yes, it takes a certain amount of time to get there. And then you get the reward when you get off the airplane. So bring a book, bring a movie, whatever it is, bring some cards, and, and I always, pack snacks. For Freddie.
Yeah, for Freddie. Well, you said you and Freddie were able to take naps. Does that mean that they're so independent now? Or do you guys have to take turns balancing who's in charge?
Yeah, they're not independent in life. They're very independent on an airplane because they can't go anywhere.
I love it.
Being a good parent is about being present and being there. And I think it can be tough nowadays because we're juggling so much and we've been home for so long and all of these devices. And, for us, it's about, my friend was joking the other day, she came over and she let herself into our house, and she was like looking for us. And she was like, I've never seen a family. I came in and we were all at a dining room table playing a board game. And she was like, I thought that just happens in movies. She was like, you guys really do that? I was like, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, snacks and activities 100% for me are definitely like some of my travel tips for sure. And, with every age, it kind of got different for me. Like when they were toddler stage, it was all about the snacks. And then as they got older, it was more about like the electronics and like, the iPads and stuff like that. But yeah, once you're there and once you get there, you're like, oh, here's the beach and everything else. Yeah. And my kids just like love, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I've traveled once on a plane. Well, it was a connecting plane. So 4 times, because 2 planes there, 2 planes back with Amelia. And this was probably a month or so ago. And the one mistake I would do over is I would have gotten those pre-made bottles that are just like formula, instead of like mixing things or trying to breastfeed. I just wish I had those little, they're like 2 or 4 ounce bottles that, just if she's crying on the plane, when you're taking off, you're supposed to give it to her. When you're landing, you're supposed to give it to her because the ears pop. And I had bottles, but here I am in the middle of LaGuardia trying to mix powder with water, dirty hands, you're trying to be safe because of COVID still going on. I'm like, why didn't no one tell me this? I should have gotten those.
That is a good tip. That is a really good tip. Because I remember, and honestly, when they're infants like that, I feel like it's actually easier to travel with them. Because if you're nursing too, you're just like, here you go. Like on and off. But as the toddler age, it gets a little bit harder. But that is a really good tip.
Yeah, I would have gotten those. And I think it was super hot. So I would have gotten that spray water. I love that stuff. It's just spray mineral water. Yeah. Evian makes it. I love that for them, and a stroller fan. So hot weather tips for babies that I would have had for sure. And I have all those things now. So next trip I'll be good.
There you go. You will prepare next trip.
We also chatted with another dad that we love, Max Schmerkowski. I hope I said that right. From Dancing with the Stars. We know him. He's one of the OGs from the show. And he told us why he can't wait to be a girl dad. Take a look. Are you guys trying for a girl? I know that you mentioned you want to be a girl dad.
Me?
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Although he's my guy, but there was a touch and go where it's like, you know what, you birthed yourself a son, give me a child now. So but somebody told me, and I will never, it's just made all the sense in the world. First of all, we're trying to raise a mama's boy, that I think better men come out of that anyway. But the reality is that when the firstborn son, a mom is his first love, and there's bond levels that I don't come in near. I feel like I just want to have an opportunity to have a relationship with a daughter. Because I think also Val and I have always been sort of like this kind of like, I don't know, male driven family or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Not
true.
sure.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, I think it's also in stages. Again, I don't know anything about parenting, but I would assume that, the relationship with the son and the mom at a certain age is a certain way. And then there's another age where I think there's more bonding between the father. But yeah.
He wants that special bond that dads get with their daughters, which I totally understand. I see it between my husband and Amelia all the time. She looks at him in a different way and it's adorable, like she, I don't want to say flirts with him because that's weird, but like she like will dance more for him or like, it's different. Where like she's with me 24/7, so she gets sick of me. But
it's just like it's not a sweeter thing. Like I can see it like with my girls and my husband. It's like a more like sweeter thing. Like it's cute. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, he wants that. And he said that, he's trying to raise his son Shy to be a mama's boy because him and his brother were, and he thinks that is going to make a nicer adult, and I totally agree with that. So he really wants to have that chance, that opportunity to have a relationship with a daughter like that, and I think they're trying. But I was going to say, like, he's going on tour with his brother. You can get tickets right now. It's called the Strip Down Tour. Seems very, very fun. But his wife, I think it might be going back to Dancing with the Stars. We don't know. But I honestly don't know how these two like see each other. I think during COVID, they got to see each other a lot during quarantine, but like full-time dancers, you're constantly traveling.
They have to have some like kind of like month downtime or something, see each other, on like off season. But yeah, I mean, so busy, I'm sure, all the time.
I always say too, like when you're training like that, when your job is to like be in shape, it's crazy. Like it's when someone's training for a marathon or a triathlon, it's like, I always wonder how parents do it because you have to have a lot of you time, Oh
yeah.
And it takes away from your family and your kids. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's time consuming. So dancing's 24/7. You have to make sure you keep up with that.
For sure. Even like if you're filming a movie, you know what I mean? Like I know the back end just from like my husband and being in commercials and stuff like that. But like to actually be the actress and like to switch on and off, like to memorize like lines, my brain is so fried from like seriously like motherhood that I don't think I can memorize anything ever.
No way. You're too old for that.
I can't even imagine, right? Like I can't imagine like 5 months on a movie and like you have to memorize lines every night. Like
no,
it's nuts to me.
No, I know. Celebrities, I mean, I know they have help usually, but it's hard. Their jobs are full time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially, exactly. Just like us.
Just like us.
So our mom's getting real moment of the week goes to Scarlett Johansson, who joked about her daughter following her into the bathroom. Take a look at her appearance on the Kelly Clarkson show this week.
She like shadows me.
Yes.
All the time, which is wonderful. And I know it's something that, I'm sure in a few years, she's not going to want anything to do with me. And so I should soak it all up. But there's definitely times where, she's on the other side of the bathroom door and I'm like, Rose, you gotta give me a minute. You gotta give me a minute. Everybody needs their time. But she means well, and I'd rather have it that way than her wanting to have nothing to do with me,
No, agreed. I'm with you, but literally that's the one time I think I yell the most at my house is when I'm just, give me a second. I just need to move the bathroom for a minute. And sometimes, no lie, I'm not peeing. I'm just answering emails or trying to catch up on something, but I just need a minute.
Oh my, I think we can all relate to this. I mean, even my kids, I'm still showering sometimes and they'll just like walk right in. You know what's even funnier? My newest shadow in my house is my dog.
Oh, that's funny.
there and waits at the bathroom for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I like seriously have another child in the house now.
That's hysterical. I love that. Yeah. My daughter doesn't crawl yet, but I'm sure it's around the corner, but it's my fault right now. Like I'll put her in her chair outside the shower door because like I've, no one to watch her. And not that she's going anywhere, but she doesn't want to sit in her crib all the time. So I bring her everywhere and sometimes even the bathroom.
Right. No, they use that. You have to. I mean, if you're not watching them, you're not going to have them like be in another room, especially like in the newborn.
No,
phase.
she's like on the, cusp of crawling. So any second now, she's going to be gone.
Oh yeah. It's on. Wait, Mandy.
Yeah.
Wait.
But yeah, what was a moment recently that you just needed like a few minutes to yourself without your kids?
Oh my God, all the time. I feel like, especially now that like we're home, it's summer break. I mean, like literally the other day I was in the shower and they came in like fighting about something, my girls. And I was like, guys, can you give me like 5 minutes? Like, I just need 5 minutes in the shower. And you guys can tell me all about your fight. Like, please, please.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Always.
I know. I would probably be locking the bathroom door at this point if I were you.
I know. I have to locking it. And I don't know why I don't. I'm just like so used to like just shutting it. But yeah, no, it's hard sometimes, to get like that break. And especially now, like I'm finding it really hard to like try to manage like fun camp mom, that's home for summer, working, like it is a full-time job, even though I am home and I'm not walking to an office every day. And that I'm finding it hard to like manage that, and then even to try to get like a workout in on top of it, which is like a whole other story.
Don't get me started. I actually worked out the last 2 days for the first time, like the first 2 consistent days, I think, since she's been born.
Good.
Something.
I haven't. I've like fallen off. I was so good during quarantine. I was like working out every day. And then now I'm just like not finding the time for myself. I did take a soul cycle class the other day. And I was so proud of myself that I actually like got out of the house early. Like my husband was actually here to like watch them, so I was so proud of myself, but I need to get like back into that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not easy, especially in this heat. It's just, you want to just do nothing.
Yeah, I get it. I know.
Okay, so today's clapback of the week goes to Megan Fox. So she shares Noah, Bodhi, and Journey with estranged husband, Brian Austin Green. And she recently told InStyle magazine that she faces more judgment than him as a working mom. So she said, "You don't expect a dad to be with the kids all the time, but I'm supposed to not be seen and be at home with my kids. They have another parent. I have to leave, and sometimes I don't want them photographed, and they don't come with me. This whole year, I've been very surprised by how archaic some of the mindsets still are in some people." So what do you think? Do you find this idea archaic that moms are supposed to be with the kids all the time?
Absolutely. I think moms, have every right as a dad, but unfortunately it falls on the mom all the time. It does in my house too. You know what I mean? Like I see it with my husband and like, it's not meant to be that way. It just happens that way,
Well, my husband's away for work right now, but when he was here a few weeks ago, it was like we were literally just saying, like, I take her into the shower with me and put her in a chair, right? He takes the shower and doesn't tell anyone. Right. I mean? Which, like, 6-7 months ago when we didn't have a baby, I didn't think about these things. But now we have a baby, I'm like, well, he just took a shower and didn't even tell anyone he was taking a shower.
Right. He just knew that you were there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He's not like, oh, you're watching the baby while I shower, right? It's like, of course I am.
Right.
But I have to like be like, I'm gonna shower at 2:10 p.m. and or whatever. And I have to make sure I have a plan for that.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, same in my house. Like, so my husband's freelance. So there are times he is off, and yes, he's super, super hands-on dad. So I'm not talking any smack about him in case you're watching, Jason. But when he does start a job, he's consumed with, and he can't help it. It's phone calls, Zoom calls. It's all this stuff is constant in front of the computer. So he just started a job this past week, and, he was just, that was him and his job, and he got his stuff done, but I'm still having to juggle
your things. Yeah.
And work and do everything else. Like, I don't get that, like sitting down in front. I don't know. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe, I should just, I don't know. Maybe it's me or something.
I think there is something with mothers, there's some kind of maternal instinct that we do. Like, I can actually hear Amelia crying in the next room with my mom right now. And I'm like, I want to go. you know, there's something that you just can't help it that dads don't always have, and that's okay, I think too.
Right.
But I think that, you know, everyone's come leaps and bounds from where our parents were, you know, with some of them being stay-at-home moms completely and all of that. So I think we've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, totally agree with you. So today's Say Ah moment of the week goes to Bindi Irwin and her daughter Grace. The Australia Zoo employee has been sharing photos of her 4-month-old having several wildlife encounters early in life. They shared photos with her with a koala, kangaroos, tortoises, and some roosters. So I just love her so much.
Me too.
Sweetest ever, like cutest little mom, cutest daughter. Do you think it's too young, too soon, too adorable?
I mean, I'm not doing that with my daughter, but I love that she's doing it with hers. You know?
Right, exactly.
I think she knows what she's doing, and I think it's totally fine. I mean, you know, I just started letting my daughter kind of get closer to my parents' golden retriever because it's like the sweetest dog in the world. But even that makes me nervous. So yeah, no, she's not going near tortoises, but I love that they are. And I hope they keep these pictures coming. They're so cute.
Right. Keep them coming. We love watching them. It's so cute.
All right. Well, thank you, Brianne. And thanks to everyone of our guests today. We'll see you next week. We are here every Thursday at 3 p.m. on Us Weekly's YouTube channel.